Thank you, Patricia and Joy, for having me here tonight. How many of you have heard the expression, live an authentic life? How many of you have not? Okay, most of you have, so I'm assuming that most of you are on Facebook, because there are these, what they call memes, which are these shareable posters that circulate if you share, like, or comment on. And they've got these beautiful pictures of grassy meadows, cascading waterfalls, usually a butterfly or two. And then there's a quote, and it'll say something like, live your authentic life. Be you. Don't die with your music still inside you. And all these beautiful, encouraging words telling you to just do it. Be authentic. But what does that really mean? What does that mean? The dictionary defines authentic as of undisputed origin, genuine. And one of my favorite poets, who sadly passed away just a few days ago, Maya Angelou, she had a beautiful definition of authenticity. She says, authenticity is simply telling the truth to yourself and others. So if we put those together, what these posters are telling you to do is tell the truth about your genuine self. Tell the truth about who you are. Who you are at your original core. Now, to me, that means who you are without these physical roles that you play. Aside from being a parent, a sibling, a spouse, a friend, an employee, an employer, leave aside all of that. Who you are at your core, and in spiritual terms, we call that your soul. And it's with great reason that there is this push for authenticity, because who you are, who you really are at your core is magnificent. Who you are at your original, genuine core is the potential to create change, to improve the lives of other people on a global level, a local level, within your families, and of course in your own life. When you make decisions and choices from that place of authenticity, of your truth, you are increasing the happiness and your health. It's a key to radiant health and long-lasting happiness. And that's why there's a great push for this. Okay, great. So how do we go about living authentically? And tonight I have a few short minutes to tell you how to do that, which is a big job and a short amount of time. So I asked my angels for help in preparing tonight's talk. It was just a few weeks ago, early in the morning, about 4 a.m., and I was sitting in my daughter's bedroom, my 5-month-old baby girl, in an armchair feeding her. And I was in that state somewhere between being totally asleep and totally awake. If you have ever nursed a child in the middle of the night, you know what I mean. And I said to the angels, okay, angels, I have like 10 minutes to tell a group of people how to create an authentic life. So you have to help me. You have to tell me one tool that I can then share with these people so that they can walk away from there feeling like they are one more step forward in creating this beautiful, radiant life. Do you want to know what they said? Yes. They said, stop living. So then I thought, okay, either I'm really asleep or they're really asleep. There's got to be some kind of miscommunication, because how can you live an authentic life without living? But I gave them another chance because they did well by the prophets, right? So I thought, okay, they have some credibility with me. And I just listened. And they said, stop living, stop working, stop parenting. Stop shaking your fist at the driver in front of you. Stop rushing to your next appointment. Stop checking your text messages and your emails in those precious few moments you have in between appointments. Just stop. And that's when I realized, okay, what they're not saying keel over and give up on life. They're just reminding me that to live from your truth, you must know what that truth is. And you can't know what that truth is until you spend some time alone with it. And now the funny thing is that the universe had already given me this message 7 years ago in that same armchair. 7 years ago, they strapped me down and held me against my will in this armchair several times a day. They took away my ability to multitask. They took away my ability to be productive. They took away my ability to get things done. And all I could do in that armchair several times a day was feed my baby. My first baby was born 7 years ago. And I must really like that armchair because since then I've had 2 more babies and I'm still sitting there. And it was just me and my thoughts. And oh my goodness, there were so many thoughts. Have you ever stopped to listen to what is going on in your head? It's like a party in there. Like I heard that the average human being has about 50,000 thoughts a day. And I believe that. Well, after several months of sitting in that chair several times a day, not being able to do anything and always thinking about the fact that I couldn't do anything, this really awesome thing happened. My mind got quiet. It just ran out of steam. And it was like, you know when you leave a noisy concert or a loud stadium and you step out into the night and the quiet is so thick you can almost touch it? Like the quiet has a presence. It's so real. You can't help but be aware of it. And when your mind gets that quiet, that is the sweet spot from which you can create an authentic life that is genuine and true to who you are at your core. Because in that quiet, you will hear ideas that are specific to your happiness. You will hear reminders of what is important to your particular soul. You will hear tiny whispers of the purpose you came here with. You will experience huge neon billboard signs of the things that fulfill you the most. And what comes to you in the quiet will be different than what comes to me in the quiet. So I just want to leave you with one more final thought, and that is by psychiatrist Carl Jung. And he said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. I can't tell you who you are, but I hope that tonight I have inspired you to spend a little more time with who you are, and so that you can take advantage of this privilege that you have been given by being here. And I talk a little bit more about my story in Heart, Mind, Wisdom Collection 2. You will read about the armchair, also known as the ball and chain, and all the beautiful things it gave me. And I also have a table at the back, and it contains the things that came to me in the quiet. 2 workbooks. One of them has tasks that open up your creativity channels, which of course is instrumental in leading a fulfilling life. And another is a journal of what-if questions. And these questions will guide you straight to your authentic self, and especially if you sit with them in the quiet. Thank you very much for your beautiful presence tonight.